जय गणेश पाहि मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
जय गणेश पाहि मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
श्री गणेश रक्ष मां।
बोलिए गजानन स्वामी महाराज की
जय।
केशवा
केशवा माधवा।
केशवा माधवा।
केशवा माधवा।
जय देवा मधुसूदना।
जय देवा मधुसूदना।
जय देवा मधुसूदना।
जय देवा मधुसूदना।
केशवा माधवा।
केशवा माधवा।
केशवा माधवा।
केशवा माधवा।
जय देवा मधुसूदना।
जय देवा मधुसूदना।
जय
मनोहर
अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर
अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर
अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर
अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर
देवा मधुसूदना
ओ जय देवा मधुसूदना
जय देवा मधुसूदना
ओ जय देवा मधुसूदना
केशवा माधवा
केशवा माधवा
जय देवा मधुसूदना
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 बोले कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। So today I thought we'll see this Bhagavatham Aarti, because I don't know about you, but I have been hearing this Bhagavad Aarti from childhood. This is the first thing I heard even before Ramayana Aarti, because in those days they used to have Bhagavad everywhere in the 3 times a day. Yes, 3 times a day Bhagavad used to be there. You all have perhaps not experienced that thing, but they used to get up in the morning and cook food like anything, and then from 9 to 11 one session will be there, 2-hour session. Then they'll eat after that. Then there's another session from 2 to 4 p.m. And whole day they're cooking. People are eating all the time, all these who attend that yajna and all. And then in the evening there will be 7 to 9. So there are 3 times. That is to mimic the 3 times a day session that this Shukadev was given to Parikshit in that time, at that time. 3 times a day he was talking, same thing. So they mimic this. So they used to have 7 days, 21 sessions. Bhagavad Saptah. Bhagavad Saptah in Trinidad means that thing. You have to have 21 sessions. And that is a conclude on Sunday morning the next day. So start on Sunday night. But that is a carry on a Sunday morning also. We used to go for Parasad only. Children go there for Prasad only, but what else? Nothing else is there for us. We don't understand what they are telling, but we go. And it was very, very fun times, There was one exit, like there. So that man used to be standing there with that prasad. They never used to put it in bags like now and distribute like that. He used to be standing there with a big basin, like that size basin. And all that prasad is there. So, and there will be another fellow before him. Well, it started off with suhari leaf. You know that leaf that you eat on? They used to break a piece of that. So first man will give you a piece of leaf, and next man will give you some prasad on that leaf. And that fellow who used to give that prasad, he used to start with like this, to grab from that basin to give to you. But by the time his hand reaches the basin, he used to only hold like this much. So then when you get on that piece of leaf now, that little bit of prasad, like this much only. So little children like us, we used to go there and come through, and there's a back entrance there to come again and go back in the line second time, So if that man catches you, he'll say, no, if he remembers you that you came already. No, you came already. No, you can't get second time. I have to put you out. It so happened that once, I did not get even first time, and he thought I came second time. That is called karma. So I did not get any prasad that day. But this is the Aarti they used to sing beginning of the session and end of the session. So in one day they used to sing this 3 times. 6 times. 6 times in one day, because twice in one session. This alone is to take half the time, Half the time gone away in Aarti only. Then second thing, they had something called a Bhagavat Sumiran. Like how you have Ramayana Sumiran, there's a Bhagavat Sumiran also. That I don't see so often. I don't know also how to sing that. But I saw one man having a copy recently, Bhagavat Sumiran. Somebody has written. But anyway, I want to tell you this. We'll sing this thing. Don't get up and do Aarti and जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये अमर ग्रंथ, ये मुक्ति पंथ, ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
ये अमर ग्रंथ, ये मुक्ति पंथ, ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
हरि गान यही वरदान यही,
हरि गान यही वरदान यही,
जग के
मंगल की आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत, पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला।
ये सुख करनी, ये दुख हरनी,
ये सुख करनी, ये दुख हरनी।
ये मधुसूदन की आरती,
पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये मधुर बोल जग बंद खोल, सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
ये मधुर बोल जग बंद खोल, सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
श्री राम यही, घनश्याम यही,
श्री
Bhagavata Bhagavan ki. Victory to that Bhagavata. Bhagavata, I told you before. Bhagavat and Bhagavad. Bhagavat and Bhagavad there. People mix up these two, especially in Trinidad here in Guyana and all. Bhagavat means the devotee of Bhagavan is speaking about Bhagavan. And Bhagavad means Bhagavan himself is speaking. So Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan himself is giving. Bhagavad Gita, you try to say it properly also. And Bhagavat Puran, the devotee of Bhagavan is speaking. Shukadev Maharaj is giving to Parikshit. And there Sutaji is also listening in that audience. And now he is telling also. Ved Vyas had given to Shukadev, the Bhagavatam. So victory to that Bhagavata, Bhagavan ki hai, Bhagavat Bhagavan. See, Bhagavata is called as Bhagavan only. Bhagavata is given the status of Bhagavan. Just now we will see that some more even. It is so great. So Aarti of that Bhagavad. Papyo ko, Papa se hai, Tarti. What does it do? It removes or takes the person who has done all of this sin, it takes him across this world where all his sins are, the results of all his sins are experienced, you see. So it takes Tarti, it crosses him over this world and all his sins, takes him to the other side. Just now it was a Papo Kumitane wala, to remove sins. But here it talks about taking, Tarati means it takes this person across the world of sin. So let me explain that a little bit some more. See, if we had not done some papa, we would not have been born here, isn't it? We would have merged with Bhagavan only. So we are born in this sansar because of so many papas. Janmantara, Koti Janmantara. So because of that, so now it takes us across this world which is the result of our papas and all like that. Papiyo ke pap se hai tarti. Ye Amar Grantha. It is called an eternal Grantha. Amar Grantha. Means to say, it will never perish. It will always be there. Ved Vyas ji composed. Composed. But saints, when they catch something, it is like this. When a saint has merged with Bhagavan, right? To say that he is composing is also just praise only. If he has merged with Ishvara, he cannot be composing. He will just be relating what is there in Ishvara's mind, isn't it? If he is one with Ishvara, he is not an individual who is composing, he is just relating what is there in Ishvara's mind. And so, this Bhagavata is there in Ishvara's mind already, and therefore, Ved Vyas is only relating that, what is there. Therefore, Amara Granth, imperishable. Otherwise, when the whole civilization dies, it will die. But it has not died, it has. Yeah, Ved Vyas will come back and he'll give it again in next time around. No problem. It is always there. Ye Mukti Pantha. Mukti Pantha means this is the path to moksha. This Bhagavad Purana is the path to moksha. Mukti Pantha. And Panchama Veda Nirala. Panchama Veda Nirala. Nirala means extraordinary, excellent, like that. Amazing. And it's called as Panchama Veda, the fifth Veda. It has achieved the status of fifth Veda. And you know, any of the bhakti Sampradaya today, Bhagavad Puran is the source, the reservoir for all of their practices and all, Bhagavad Puran. And so, for them, Vedas doesn't mean anything also. For Bhakti Margis, Vedas also doesn't mean much. It is Bhagavad Puran. So, and therefore it is called the Panchama Veda, the fifth Veda. Now, that is not to say that Bhagavata Puran is in contradiction with the Vedas. By no means. Actually, it is the Vedas taken and put in a very ordinary form for ordinary people. Not at all in contradiction to Vedas. So, Panchama Veda, and Nirala, it is unmatched. Tulsidaji also draws profusely from this Bhagavata Puran. And he mentions again and again, and all the ideas and principles and all that he talks about in his Ramayana. All of it is there in Bhagavad Gita, nothing new actually. And you know in Bhagavad Puran, Ramayana is there also. Whole story of Ramayana is there in Bhagavad Puran. We are not doing that canto, but it is there. The whole Rama story is there in Bhagavad also. And like all the other stories of the Puranas. Nava Jyoti Jagane Wala. That line is not so. It awakens nine Jyotis, nine lights. Well, this body is said to have Navadwar. Navadwara means 9 doors. Navadware Pure Dehi. We'll see that in Gita. The body is said to have 9 doors. Apertures. If you count, you will find 9 are there. And each one of those apertures in the body, they are presided over by a deity. A deity. Now we want those 9 dwaras or doors, apertures in the body to be functioning well. You know, if one of them stop functioning, we get in so much of kashta, means problem. Like there's in the middle of the eye there is also one door, isn't it? What is it called? Pupil. Pupil. Now, if that door doesn't function, then we lose so much of. There are many people who still drive and all it. I tried a few times to see how it looks. They drive with one eye. But the moment one goes, you lose so much, right? And there are some of them. If those things are not functioning, you're in real trouble. So, it's a Nava Jyoti Jagane Wala, which brings alive all of these deities and all of the apertures, brings them alive, brings life to them. And so, they all function properly. When you do like that, right, one of them you close. See, when both are functioning, like and you hear sound, you could tell which direction the sound came from. But when you close one of them, you're non-functioning, you don't know which direction the sound is coming from. So somebody will call you from there, you will look there. The moment somebody calls now from there, you look there, isn't it? So all of them function perfectly. They are the doors to our mind, you know. So Nava Jyoti Jagane Wala brings alive all of them. And there will be other meanings for that line also. Harigane Yahi Varadane Yahi. This is the just what I was just telling you. Harigan. Harigan is the song of Hari. It is the song of Hari, the Lord Himself. And that's why he said just now, Amar. It is eternal. Hariganehi Varadanehi. And it is boon giving. It gives boons. It means two things there. It gives boon, or it is a boon to all of us. Bhagwan's boon to all of us. This is Bhagavatam. Bhagwan gave the Bhagavat to us as though he was giving a boon, like that you have to understand. Vardhan yahi. Then जग की मंगल की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती. So that line also has two meanings. One meaning is that the whole world is doing Aarti for this Bhagavatam, or this doing Aarti for this Bhagavatam is like doing Aarti for the whole world. Doing Aarti for Bhagavatam is like doing Aarti for the whole world, or the whole world is doing Aarti of Bhagavatam. When we do Aarti, or people all over the world not doing, Hindus everywhere, doing Aarti for Bhagwan, for this Bhagavatam, which is Bhagwan himself, manifestation of the Lord himself. Ye Shanti Geet Pavan Punit. The Shanti Gita, it is a song of the Lord which bestows Shanti, peace. Shanti Gita. If we study Bhagavatam, we get Shanti. Shanti Gita, Pavan Punit. It is pure and it purifies also. It is pure and it purifies, both. Holy and pure, and it purifies all that. Pavana Punita. Papo Komitane Wala. And it destroys all sins. How many sins we accumulate in this Kali Yuga, even more. So it destroys all sins. Papo Komitane Wala. And best, see how we get into problems with cause and effect, right? Papa ko mitane wala, and the next line, Hari darshan dikhane wala. It says, it gives darshan of Hari. The Bhagavatam gives darshan of Hari. But that is why the Papa ko mitane wala is put first. Because when we remove the facade, darshan happens automatically. Remove the facade, darshan comes automatically. We don't have to make anything happen. So, by removing, see here, Papa will be, let me talk a little bit about that Papa. Gurudev is to talk about this Papa very, very elaborately. What is Papa? Two times this is coming in the verse itself, and then it comes in the chorus also. This Papa word. So it seems as though Papa is very strong, and this Bhagavatam is related to removing Papan and all such things. Papa means sin is translated in English. But translation, of course, has its limitations. Papa is studied nicely when related to Punya. The two things are related. So one is called a Papa Karma, and the other is called as Punya Karma. Right? Two things are there. Now, the Papa Karma and Punya Karma will not, naturally, they will have their result. So Papa will be karmas which are not prescribed or which are not good, and Punya will be karmas which are good, and both of them will have their result. So, we usually use this word Papa for the result also. The act, an evil act and bad act, and also the result. That what we call phala. Phala. So the word Papa is used usually for that bad act also, and for the phala, the result. Now, which act is Papa and which is Punya now? So now one very simple distinction between one that takes me towards myself is punya, and one that takes me away from myself, that is papa. Now see, that makes the distinction or the definition of papa in Hinduism broad definition. Because in the Western world, in Western religions, they have a list, this is pap, this is pap, this is pap. Yeah. These things are not, you don't do. You can't do this. And that list is finite list, like all other things, punya. So, punya are indifferent. But our papa karma, see, let me just tell you one simple thing. Even the most holy, seemingly holy act, can be papa. So it has nothing to do with the act itself. That has to do with our awareness, our intention, our, desire, whatever is there in the heart. Like for example, when the Rakshas goes and does some ritual and does all this thing, and he wants to get some power. When, in all the scriptures, we see all of the Rakshasas and all, they're doing a lot of, all sorts of wonderful tapas and all sorts of rituals and all that, to get what? Power. To get power to do what? To subjugate other people, to oppress other people, this, that. Right? Now, it's not punya, it is called as papa. Like Hiranyakashipu. Papa karma. So anything that takes me away from myself into the world of power, into the manifestation of Maya and all of that sort of thing, devoid of God, devoid of a goal of enlightenment, I'm going the other direction. They call as papa karma. And anything that I do in the opposite direction of going towards myself with the goal of moksha, mukti, it is called as punya karma. So now you see the whole world. You think anybody thinking about moksha, mukti and all? That's why sometimes, in one scratch, the whole of humanity gone. Simply like that. Everybody's papa karma come together. Terrible thing, but papa is very broad. You see, this papa word which comes in here, it is a very broad word in Hinduism. Huh? So now this Bhagavatham is there to remove all of this. It means to take me on the path of punya and all the way to enlightenment. That is the idea. That is the only way to. When I say papa ko mitane wala, it doesn't mean to say that it will take away our pap. It will take me on the road of punya. Everything has an antidote in the world. Nah? The antidote to papa is punya. And it will finally bring me to Hari Darshan. Darshan of Hari. Ye sukh karani, ye dukh hare. Sukha and dukh is also connected to papa and punya and papa. Directly. Eh? So, punya leads to sukha. Papa leads to dukkha. There's a very peculiar thing about this. When a person's desire, see the classic example is Ravana, right? Ravana. When a person is 100% selfish and his desire is strong, that person doesn't care anything about dukkha also. He will bear any amount of dukkha. See, Ravana, his city became burnt by Hanumanji. Hanumanji came and burned down his city. See this, eh? Hanumanji burned down his city. He did not stop. His desire and his ego they are so strong, he didn't stop. Hanumanji burned down the city. Then, slowly now, the ocean which he thought was a good defense for his island. Nobody could cross the ocean, nobody could touch him. A bridge was built. But the ego and the desire is still strong. Oh, they built a bridge. Then, in that whole bargain now, he lost, first he had lost one son, that Akshay Kumar. Then, he lost Kumbhakaran. He lost Meghnad. He started losing one arm out of his 20 arms, one by one. One head by one head. He doesn't care what he loses, what dukkha. Any intensity of dukkha. But doesn't matter. This desire and his ego so strong, he will keep going till the end. I tell you, people who have desire for liberation, they also cannot bear this type of dukkha, like when a person's abhiman or ego gets really swollen with something. That is why I see crooks and criminals and all these smugglers and all. In the night time, when you are so tired and you want to sleep, you want nothing but sleep. That desire and that ego has held on to something. They'll wake whole night. Bright awake, like nothing. Nisichara. Moving about in the night. So they are prepared to bear any type of dukkha. People always ask, how these crooks and criminals, how they survive? I mean, how they prosper? The karma has result. So if they're making all of this self-effort, which ordinary people don't want to make, they must prosper. That is the law. But in what vein? For what reason? So all the prosperity is for what reason? And that's where the problem comes. The objective, or the aim, or the motive is not good. But the prosperity comes. They prosper like anything. The motive is not good. So they get into trouble eventually. But this Bhagavata Purana, he says, gives joy and removes all sorrow. Now see, it means to say that it will take us on the path of punya, where we will get joy. And the papa, which we are engaged in, we will eventually get into sorrow only. Result of all papa is sorrow. Result of punya is joy. So these all lines are connected, because just now it says, papa ko mitane wala. So if it takes us on the path of punya, that means it takes us on the path of joy. There is nothing like the punya of studying shastras, studying the song of the Lord Himself. Harigan. It is Harigan, the Lord's song. Ye Madhusudana ki Aarti. When we do Aarti for this Bhagavatam, we are doing Aarti for Madhusudana, for the Lord Himself. Means to say, the Bhagavatam, therefore, in the Aarti here, is given the status of a manifestation of Bhagavan Himself. Bhagavatam is a manifestation of Bhagavan Himself, not just any. That's why I told you in the beginning, not just a mere composition by Ved Vyasji, it is a manifestation of the Lord Himself. Yasya nishvasitavya. Nishvasita means the Vedas is the breath of Ishvara. The Veda is the breath of Ishvara, and this is the fifth Veda. So this becomes Bhagavan's breath also. But here, even stronger than that, this is Bhagavan Himself. The Lord Himself. पापियों को पाप से है तारती. ये मधुर बोल जगफंड खोल. What it does, it is madhura bol means it is sweetly, it is the sweet words of Bhagavan, sweet words of the Lord. Madhura bol. And jagaphanda khol. Phanda means noose, all of us have a noose. We have a noose tied already. So this Bhagavatam releases, unties that noose. Noose, you know? Noose word is, you know, when they go to hang somebody, they tie that rope around his neck. That is called a noose. They call it a phanda. Kabir Raji said, hey, why are you so proudy? Why you are making so much of big noise and showing off and all that? Yamaraj is already holding you by the hair. He is only waiting to take you. Yamaraj. One fellow said, I am so lucky, I am bald head. I am bald, you know. Yamaraj had nothing to hold. So the other man, the Santa said, oh, in the case when Yamaraj doesn't get any hair to hold, he holds your neck. In that fellow's case, still holding the hair, but when no hair is there, he holds like a phanda, that noose that is already tied. Khol means it opens. It opens up, unties, looses that noose. What looses? Bhagavatam. The study of the Bhagavad Puran will lose that. No, where is the noose? I don't have any noose around my neck. So it is figuratively it is speaking that all of us are within the, you know, what you call do pathan ke beech mein. Sabut bacha na koi. We are all caught between the pairs of opposites, which is called birth and death. As long as we are born, we will die. And as long as, because Bhagavan says in Gita very clearly, he says, Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu. That for the one who is born, certainly he will die. And then the next line also. Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. But for the one who has died, dhruvam janma, he is certainly going to be born again. So now what? That is noose. You are bound by the pairs of opposites here, in this case, birth and death. I am bound by birth and death. Now, if it were just birth and death, it would have been okay. But it is not just birth and death. It is a little more than that, because between birth and death, I am bound by so many other things. That I am bound to get sick. I am bound to have sorrow. I am bound to be disappointed. I am bound to have anguish and pain. I am bound to be miserable, bound to diseases like that. Who can say they are free from any one of these things which I just told? Nobody. Bound by so many things. That's why you say in Trinidad language, bong. He bong to fall sick. In Trinidad, we don't say bound, they say bong. You're bong to get misery. Bong is easier to say than bound, isn't it? Bong. Yeah? You're bong to must to have to. That's Trinidad. So, when the word noose is given, people you can't just think, oh no, I don't have any noose around my neck. What noose is he talking about? What noose is he talking about? This is called the noose is called as bondage. Bondage, bandhana, bandhanam, right? And that bondage is there in so many various forms. All things. Now you have to make a list. You have to do for yourself. See all the things which we are bound by. I just told you, you are bound to take birth, bound to die. And in between that, all the things that happen. Look here, I'll show you a little thing. So you're bound to take birth. Then, we take birth. Now, I also did not have any choice. I took birth in an Indian family. Right? Bapre. I'm bound to eat curry for the rest of my life. I took birth in an Indian family, right? So I'm bound to eat curry for the rest of my life. I will not know anything about any other thing. You're born I saw some videos I've seen, and that person taking up those frogs, fried frogs, with chopsticks and... See, I was not bound to that, you see. But the person who is born there in that house, right, is somewhere in rural town or wherever, rural village and all, and the child is born there. That child is bound to eat frogs, fried frogs or not? When we say bound, if you just think about the word, that baby doesn't know any better. They will eat snake and snails and frogs and whatever. So the bondage of birth comes, birth and death, comes with it so many various types of bondages. A 4-year-old child doesn't have any choice of his diet. If his parents are eating frogs, he'll eat frog. He's bound to it. So this is the extent of the bondage. This is called the noose here, phanda. The phanda is to be loosened by this Bhagavatam. And I tell you, in that Bhagavatam, there is nothing which is missing. Bapre, there is no topic which he doesn't deal with. Amazing. So it touches in every single topic which we have to deal with in our life. And then the most important topic is moksha. So to loosen the bondage is to give moksha. It gives moksha. There is only one way to loosen that bondage. There is only one answer to that. That is moksha only. So, Handakho, Jaga Handakho, it opens and loosens this noose of bondage. Sanamarga dikhane wala. And it gives this, it shows the Sanamarga. Sanamarga means Sat Marga. True Marga, the right path to liberation. Sanamarga. दिखाने वाला, shows. बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला. Bigarna means to spoil, to ruin. To, when you throw a spoke in the wheel, like that. Bigarna. So, anything that has gone bad in our life, anything that has gone haywire, this Bhagavad Puran can fix it back. Again, repair, make it again whole, proper, like that. Bigari ko banane wala. It fixes back that whatever has gone wrong. But you see people, human beings are amazing beings, I tell you. They want everything to fix back without doing anything. It will fix back all by itself. It will not fix back by itself. We have to do something. Huh? No waiting, One fella in the Midwest, there was a tornado. And the tornado took away his house with his wife and children. Fortunate for him, he was not present at that house at that time. He was at some other place. When he returned there now, he saw a house and wife and children. They're gone. So a reporter reached there and he sat on that house spot now, right where the house used to be. He sat there. A reporter came. Oh, what happened? No, the tornado took away my wife and house and everything, children. Then why are you sitting here? He said, well, winds in this place, in our place, winds are always coming and going. So by chance, it may bring them back. It may bring them back here. If the winds are always coming and going, it might take a circle and... So I'm waiting. It doesn't happen. People in this world are very well known for waiting for things to happen. Nothing will happen. Bigari ko banane wala means, see, if something bad has gone and it's spoiled, something bad has resulted, but you'll sit and wait and things will happen. So now it means to say, if anything has gone bad in our life and all, we have to study the Bhagavatam, be devoted to the Bhagavatam, and then things will be put back in place. The person who gets to studying it, his life will start changing slowly. Shri Ramayahi Ghanashamayahi. See, this Bhagavata itself is Ram and Sham. The Bhagavata itself is Rama Ghanasham. The manifestation of the Lord Himself, Prabhu ki Mahima ki Aarti. When we do Aarti for this Bhagavad Puran, we are doing Aarti for the Mahima, the greatness and glory of Bhagavan only. So in the Aarti here, Bhagavad Puran is given the status of Bhagavan Himself. The same Lord who is manifested as Bhagavatam. Not a mere composition, that will be the summary. It is not a mere composition of Ved Vyasji. It is the Lord Himself manifest. So Prabhu ki Mahima and Madhusudana ki Aarti, it says previously, Prabhu ki Mahima, it is His greatness also manifest. And it is the fifth Veda, which is a manifestation of Bhagavan. This is status given to this Bhagavata Purana. So when we are studying, it's not just all right. So this week, anything coming up this week? Next week will be our food, our tea.